So today I'm going to be making my cheesy green chili chicken enchiladas. They're absolutely delicious. I know you're going to love them too. They're always a crowd pleaser. Basically, we're going to take our corn tortillas, we're going to fry them up, we're going to put some shredded chicken inside with some cream cheese, sour cream, and some green chilies. Then we're going to make our own cream sauce, and then what do you think we're going to do? We're going to smother it, and I mean smother it in shredded cheese. We're going to pop it in the oven. They're going to be absolutely delicious. Oh, I can't wait for you to try them. As you can see, I have shredded as much of the chicken off of that rotisserie chicken as I could. It does make a lot, and I usually do it in a mixing bowl because I am gonna go ahead and add the cream cheese and the green chilies and the sour cream into this mixture, and that way it's already in a mixing bowl and I can stir it up and have it all ready to go. And shout out to Dr. Weinman for giving me the cutest mixing bowl set for my wedding. Look how cute this is. It's from Pottery Barn. It's got these little earth tone ceramic bowls. They're just the cutest thing ever. And I just thought that was so thoughtful of her. So shout out to Dr. Weinman back home. I miss you. Okay, we're gonna begin to soften our tortillas in a little bit of oil. These are the yellow corn tortillas I use from HEB. I just get a huge old stack of them and then I can leave them in the fridge and they last forever. I'm gonna use canola oil today. I've done it with olive oil, or you can even use vegetable oil, but I think canola oil works the best. I've got my skillet on medium heat and my oil's already in there, so I just dropped about a tablespoon in there for now, because you're gonna do one tortilla at a time and you can add more as you need. So basically, I'm gonna check to see how my oil is very fluid. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my first corn tortilla on. If your grease or your oil starts to pop a lot, you can turn your temperature down to probably low, medium, but I think medium's usually okay. You're not gonna get out of this without making a mess about popping oil out here. You're just not, sorry. So, and you're not technically like trying to cook these and fry them really well. You're just getting a little bit of oil on them so that they're soft and they don't rip when you put the chicken inside of them and roll them up. And so basically, I would just leave them maybe 10 seconds each on each side. Then I kind of hover them above the pan, try and drip off any extra oil. And then I've got a plate right next to here lined with paper towels. It's about 3 paper towels thick. And as you can see, I have enough oil in here for this one. So, and you just definitely want to have a lined plate with paper towels so that the excess oil drips off onto this and soaks that off, just so they're not extremely greasy. But you can just see they turn just a bright yellow golden color. And I can tell, like, after this tortilla, it's soaked it all up using it on these past 2 tortillas, so I am gonna have to add a little bit more oil. So I'm gonna start out by making about 16 tortillas, and because as I said, I'm gonna try and make 2 different dishes of tortillas. So I'm gonna add a little bit more oil. This is really great if you wanna bring these to a friend or a family member. They also freeze really well, like I said. So we are just gonna probably make 2 dishes. I'm gonna give some to my friend. Everyone always loves these, and they're easy. Especially, I think it's hard sometimes when you want to bring dinner to people, but they're so picky, you're not sure what they want. And oh, there I go, sloshing grease all over the place. So these are just a little easy dinner you can take to people, and it's pretty, pretty much everyone, I think, likes chicken enchiladas, so. Ouch, that hurt. Watch out for your hot oil. And as you can see, these are super oily, so if I usually do a layer of the tortillas here, and then whenever I cover that, I'll put another paper towel layer, just so the paper towel doesn't get saturated and then it doesn't soak up the rest of the oil from the other ones. So basically, I'm gonna just keep doing this until I have 16 tortillas cooked. I'm not gonna make you watch me do that forever. That would be very boring. So after I'm done, we will stuff these and roll them. Okay, as you can see, I am done with my 16 tortillas. Let me turn off my fan here. Whew, that was blowing me away. So I am going to put some more paper towels over the top just to blot off that oil on the top layer. Guys, please be careful. Cooking with oil this hot is very scary and it can burn you really bad. You need to make sure that these tortillas definitely cool down before you handle them to roll them up to put this stuffing inside. So I'm gonna let these sit here for just a little bit. In the meantime, while this is sitting here, we can go ahead and make our mixture, our chicken mixture that will go inside of these tortillas. So as you can see, that's probably the worst part of it to me, is frying all this stuff and the hot grease popping at you. You can see I've now put on my apron, which I never wear an apron until today. All right, so now we're gonna make our chicken mixture that we're gonna stuff the enchiladas with. So basically here's our chicken from our rotisserie that we shredded. And I'm just going to add a brick of regular softened cream cheese. So I softened it in the microwave. Make sure to put a paper towel over it so it doesn't pop all over the microwave. So that goes in nicely. Okay, whoa, steamy. You can kind of go ahead and mix that in just a little bit if you want. Kind of helps if you do it all slowly as you're adding it. Okay, that's good enough because it's not gonna be the last thing that we mix. Now, these are green chilies. These are 4-ounce cans, so I'm gonna use 8 ounces, so I'm doing 2 different cans. They come like this, no need to strain them, just dump them in. Here's my second can. Go ahead and stir that. We're gonna stir it better in just a minute, but for now we're just gradually mixing it all in. Oh my gosh, if there's anything about me, I love cheese and I love green chilies. So clearly that's why I'm obsessed with these enchiladas. And they smell so good already and they're not even cooked. Okay. And this is a good thing to do while you're waiting for your tortillas to cool down, because what else you're gonna do? Okay, and then I'm gonna just do about a 1/2 cup of sour cream. Of course, like I told you, I'm not a measurer. I'm gonna just eyeball it. I don't wanna put too much because I don't want these being like mushy and running out the sides. I kinda like this thicker consistency inside the enchiladas. And so now you just wanna make sure to mix it all together, get it all evenly distributed. Oh my gosh, it looks so good. Okay, I think that's looking pretty delicious. I could probably just eat this as a dip right now. Okay, so I'm gonna check on our tortillas and see if they've cooled down enough where I can manhandle them. Doesn't that look delicious? Yum. All right, so I made it to 4 o'clock. It's 4 o'clock somewhere, right? It has been a week, and I know it's only Tuesday, but hey, it's Tuesday Booze Day, right? So has anyone ever tried this wild basin? Oh my gosh, it's so good. It's basically like White Claws, but they have different flavors. So they've got classic lime, cucumber peach, melon basil, lemon agave hibiscus. Doesn't that sound refreshing for the summer? So I've decided to volunteer myself to drink one of each while I'm making these enchiladas, so I can give you my, I don't know, which one's my favorite. I'm gonna tell you my review on these, okay? And you can thank me later. Aren't the colors so cute? I love the colors. Obviously, I'm a sucker for packaging. So let's get started. All right, guys, so I decided I'm gonna start off with classic lime. I don't feel like this one's gonna be my favorite. I don't think I've tried it yet, so here goes. And yes, I'm wearing an apron. Everyone always gives me aprons for gifts, and I never have worn one before. Literally, I don't think I've ever worn an apron ever for anything except for like art class. So with the grease popping, I thought, oh, I'm doing a cooking show, so I should be wearing an apron. Aren't I fancy? Here's the lime. Let me see. Oh, forgot to pop my tab back. refreshing. It kind of just tastes like lime and water, which can get me in trouble real quick. Because when stuff tastes like it doesn't have alcohol in it, Mama goes crazy with it, okay? So, it's good. I had to take a break from White Claws for a while. I think I was like draining their dispensary or something, so I had to move on to these. They're quite good. Yeah, you should try them. Do you guys know how many times I've jumped in my pool fully clothed in the past 2 weeks? One was to get my sassy little daughter out of the pool after I told her to get out, and she said, you can't get me, and she swam to the middle of the pool, and I don't know why, but I just saw red, and before I knew it, I kicked off my shoes and jumped in the pool, and I was getting her out of the pool. And then yesterday, my 2-year-old, who thinks he knows how to swim, which he's working on it, but he is no Michael Phelps, okay? He jumped in the pool, and I was in my nightgown. And I had to jump in the pool with my nightgown on. I'm sure the neighbors are like, what is going on? What's going on over there? So you guys wonder why I'm drinking at 4 o'clock? Well, most of you I know, you're the same as me. You probably started drinking at 2. And that's when I wanted to start drinking, but I had to run errands, okay? So, the classic lime, I'm just not a fan, okay? I drink it because no good drink goes to waste around here. But I'm gonna move on, okay? Let me see. Cucumber peach, okay? This one's sounding way better. So I'm gonna try this one. That could be my alarm clock, I think. I'd be like, ding, Mama needs a drink. Oh yeah, that one's better. That one's a lot better. I think I just like that it's mixed together, you know? The other one was just lime. Meh. This one is cucumber peach. Sounds like so fancy. Fancy. This one is good on a cold summer day. A hot summer day. Mommy's already drunk after 1 drink. Just kidding. Takes maybe like 2 containers, 2 boxes of these to get me drunk. I'm working on it though, okay? Probably by the time I'm done with these enchiladas. Speaking of which, I better go check my tortillas. I've gotten a little sidetracked. Okay, our tortillas have cooled down. They are a beautiful golden yellow color. And now it is time to stuff our tortillas. So, I like to use this Herdez. I have no clue if I'm pronouncing that properly, but it's their roasted salsa verde. I love it. I use their other one if I'm cooking in the crock pot. I will throw just the regular green salsa in with my chicken or something like that. But this, oh, I love this. So basically we're gonna pour a small amount on the bottom of our pan, our cooking pan, just to coat the bottom so that the enchiladas don't stick to the bottom of the pan. So, and then I'm just gonna spread it out just a little bit like so. I just cannot resist using that word, that phrase, like so. See? See, like so? Doesn't that look beautiful? Okay, then we're gonna just take our tortilla. I just use a little spatula, and I just remember, these are small tortillas, so that's why I told you that chicken, it didn't look like it was gonna go that far, but it's gonna make a lot. And then you just roll them closed like this. And I'm gonna put mine going this way, so I'll do a row here, and then a row here. And just keep getting little, I don't know a better word than globs right here. Some people make them like this, where they cross them on the top and leave them like that. I don't know. For some reason, I stuff mine pretty full, so that's why I like them down, so that they don't unroll. And what I was planning to do, I'm doing about probably 4 or 5 across. So that's what we'll do with that. So as you can see, I've decided to go with 5 deep across. So I'm doing 2 rows and then 5 across. Now it's gonna depend on what size baking dish you're using. That's why I wasn't for sure. This is like a 9 by 13. So that's why I'm doing 5 across. I don't want them to be too crowded, but I also don't want to do 4 because that just looks silly. I want them to be, you know, I want to get as many in there as I can because we go through all this effort of making them. You want to have enough to eat for your family. Okay, so I'm just doing my last one. And remember, I'm gonna make a whole nother tray of these to either save or give away. So I'm gonna finish these up like that. Don't those look so pretty? I think I deserve a drink now. Cheers. Okay, so now it's time to make our cream sauce that we're gonna pour on top, and then we will cover it in cheese. So now I think is a good time to preheat your oven to 350 if you're planning on cooking it tonight. If not, and you're gonna save them, you can always make these on the weekend like I always say, and then, you know, take a few to work or have them for dinner on a different night so you can keep them in the fridge or the freezer. So if you're gonna do that, we'll just make the sauce, put the cheese on, and then you can cover it in foil or one of your liners that goes to your dish, one of the coverings. The tops, my goodness, I was struggling for that word. And then you can put it up for the night. But if not, and you're gonna cook it like I am for dinner, I'm gonna go ahead and put my oven to 350 so that we can cook this right after it's done. Okay, it's time to make our cream sauce. So, I know I don't measure, but I'm going to try my best. I've got my heat on medium, and guys, sorry about the pan. What's so funny is I have all these really nice stainless steel pans, and I still go back to old Yeller here. So, I'm gonna use my heavy whipping cream from HEB. Everything I buy is from HEB. So I think I'm gonna start off with about 3 cups of this heavy cream. Ooh. And I think I'm gonna take my heat down to low for just a minute while I get going here. So now I'm on low. And remember, I never said this dish was healthy ever, okay? Like, I am trying to avoid this. Well, and see, I barely have any left in this carton, so I'm just gonna go ahead and pour the rest in like I told you. So it's coming out to about 3.5 cups of heavy whipping cream. Now I'm going to add that same Herdez Roasted Salsa Verde. I'm gonna start out with probably a cup, because I don't want to put too much because I don't want it to get real watery. And then what makes this delicious is I'm using this Queso Quesadilla Rallado. I don't even know how to say that, but it's cheese. Now, if you were really trying to show off, you could not grate your own cheese, but I just don't have time for that on an everyday basis. Like if I was trying to make a very impressive dish and really trying to go all out, then I would do it. But just on a weeknight, I don't want to sit here and grate cheese. I just don't have time. So here's about 1 cup. So we'll just do 1 cup at a time. We'll stir it in. We might have to go. Oh yeah, we're gonna need more cheese. You know me. I love my cheese. And we're gonna probably put another cup of, yeah, I want a flavorful cream sauce. So I'm gonna put the rest of this, so an entire jar. So this jar is 15.7 ounces. So I'm doing the entire jar. So we're at an entire jar of salsa, an entire carton of heavy whipping cream. And I'm gonna turn my heat up just a little bit. So I'm not quite on medium, but I'm in between medium and low. I'll call that low and a half. And I'm gonna do another cup of cheese. Well, you know what? I'm just gonna put the entire bag in. Oh yeah, that looks good. So this is an 8-ounce bag. I put the entire bag in. I'm gonna stir it up because I want it to be pretty thick. And I'm keeping this a little bit lower on heat because I don't want it just like burning. And we've got time anyways, right? So as we're letting that kind of melt, oh my gosh, that's gonna be good, I can already tell. I got out my next one, which is lemon, agave, hibiscus. This has been a long week, even though I'm only on the second. Well, I guess if you count Sunday, I'm on the third day, right? Good, not my favorite. Liked the other one better. I'm not a fan of the lime one. This one, it's okay. I'm not a giant like lemon dessert person. And I'm not a giant, I love lemon in my food, but I'm not a lemon dessert person. And I'm not big on like lemon drinks, but I mean, for alcohol, I can manage it. So I like these. They're pretty similar to White Claws, just a different flavor. It's got 5% alcohol by volume. I don't know. Don't you wish it could just be the strength of vodka and you just drink one drink and you're just done? You don't have to put in so much effort. Okay, I can tell our cheese is melting down, but we're gonna let it keep melting down for a minute. I'll get back on in just a second. I'm gonna chug this drink because I just had the longest day ever. When is the quarantine gonna be over, guys? I can't take it anymore. I want my kids to go back to Mother's Day out. I want to have my time back. I'm selfish and I want my time back. I'm gonna keep drinking. So I just wanted to remind everyone, remember, I'm making 2 sets of these enchiladas, okay? So this sauce is for 2 different sets of enchiladas. So if you're only making one, then cut everything I said in half, okay? Now, look at this. I just sounded like Cookie Monster right then. But, I mean, I love a cheesy sauce. Can you see that cheese just stringing? Oh my gosh. I love cheese. I just love cheese so much. Now, I know everyone's concerned that I make stuff with the shredded cheese that's pre-packaged because it's got all the starch, and I know it doesn't shred as well, melt as well as all the other ones when you grate them yourself. But I mean, guys, beggars can't be choosers, right? Look at that. Yum. Do you know how, if I didn't have this camera on, I'd probably just dribble that right into my mouth. So I'm on medium heat now. I kicked it up a notch just to get things going here. It's like 5 o'clock and I'm ready to be done. I'm gonna serve this with some Zatarain's. Shout out to Zatarain's. You got a Band-Aid? Good job, buddy. This is what I'm making tonight. Usually I use their cilantro lime rice. It's really good, but you know, the grocery stores are like out of half the stuff I need right now. Oh my gosh. So once I put it in the oven, that'll give me a good chance to get this rice going. The rice cooks for like 25 minutes, so then everything should be done on time. All right, Time to pour it over the enchiladas. All right, it's my favorite time. Time to pour this ginormous thing of sauce on here. I'm just using, oh my gosh. Now, a lot of people when they make enchiladas, they leave the ends showing. Not me. Clearly, I'm gonna put this entire thing on here because I want this sauce to be soaked up. I feel like I'm gonna have a little bit extra even after putting it on my other dish. That is, whoa, plenty. So I'm gonna have a little bit left over. Didn't say I'm gonna throw it away. It's pretty much like queso now. I'm just probably gonna eat it with chips. So cheers. All right, it's time now that we have our sauce all on here, we are going to put our shredded cheese. Okay, so I'm gonna put my cheese on top. It is Monterey Jack with jalapeños. I love during the fall or late summer fall because HEB has all their green chili fest going on. So they make this with green chilies. Oh my gosh, it's so good. And oh, do I have a green chili recipe that's gonna be so good for you guys. So, like my other dish that I'm making for my friend, I'm probably not gonna put so much sauce on because like I said, I don't know their taste level. It might be too much for them. I'm a saucy girl. I love a lot of sauce and I love a lot of cheese. So, and this is one reason why I prefer to do enchiladas with corn tortillas over the flour tortillas because every time I tend to make them with flour tortillas, they're just so soggy. It just turns into mush. And then like if you want to heat them up the next day, it's just even mushier. And so these, you know, because we fried them, they're not ripping. It kind of gives them a little bit of stability. And like I said, it's kind of like gold mining. You have to dig through all my cheese to find my food half the time, but I wouldn't want it any other way. Okay, do you feel me? All right, so, and this just kind of gives it that extra kick. My kids love Monterey Jack cheese with jalapenos. They always want spicy cheese, mommy, spicy cheese. So, and to break up all of this color, I like to put on top just a few pickled jalapenos. So that just gives it a little bit of color just for decoration. Just so unorganized today. It's like the more I drink, the more I cannot get my stuff together. And obviously you don't have to put these on top, but I just love them. They're not that spicy, so really it's not gonna be horrible for my kids if they accidentally eat one. So yes, I just do it as a little garnish because I think it's pretty. If you've ever been to Fort Worth and you've eaten at the original, oh, do they have the best sour cream chicken enchiladas? Oh my gosh, do I miss that place. So, and they put jalapenos on theirs like this, and it's so delicious. I don't even know if I'm actually laying these like on top of the actual enchilada or not, but I'm sure my kids are gonna be like, it's spicy. Honestly, but it's delicious, so eat it, because that's what I do. Tough love. That's what you have to do if you want your kids to eat it. So sorry, that's what we're having for dinner. Not necessarily if it's spicy, but you know, if you're making enchiladas and you know they're delicious and they're not spicy, then you have to just force them to eat them or you're gonna be struggling and struggling and struggling. Obviously not if they're having any kind of allergies or anything like that. I would not force your kids to eat something. If they have a dairy allergy, don't eat this. I don't know. If I had a dairy allergy, I'd probably drop like 100 pounds instantaneously. But even when I was breastfeeding, I couldn't even seem to give up dairy for one day, you know, to help with my kids' dairy intolerance. But I did stop putting milk and creamer in my coffee, and that's about as far as I got with that. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and dress my other set of enchiladas. As you can see, I've got them in a little to-go carrier here, so I can just put a little lid on them and give them away as a gift. So after that, we're gonna pop them in the oven. So for those of you that don't like as much sauce as I put on mine, this is how I'm gonna serve it to my friend, because I know this is more like a regular Mexican restaurant where I didn't do as many jalapenos because I don't know if they really like a lot of spice, and I didn't overdo the cream sauce. So I'm gonna serve them like this, and that way I think they'll like it better. I do mine how I like it, so if you like the heavy sauce, I just taste it. It tastes literally just like queso. And if you like a little sauce, then do it like this. They're both pretty. Mine has a million jalapenos. I don't know if they even like jalapenos. So like I said, you can do it different ways, and this will be good for, you know, if you want to take it to work for a potluck, or you want to take it over a friend for if they're having a baby, if you have a funeral, if you've got any kind of life event, if you just want to take it over for the 4th of July, you want to make enchiladas. So anyways, we are ready to put them in the oven. So I'm going to finish my lemon hibiscus, whatever, lemon agave hibiscus. I'm just not a fan of this one. I want to move on to the 4th one, and feeling a little loosey-goosey over here. So we're gonna move on to the next one right now. All right, it's time. We are at 350. It's time to put these in the oven. Oh my gosh, I still haven't cleaned the oven. Oh, I did manage to take out the little circle ceramic thing that you're supposed to like do pizzas on, or whatever you're supposed to do with it. Okay, delicious. We'll keep you updated on that. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, my enchiladas are in the oven. I'm just sitting here wondering what else I should do, and then I remembered, well, I have a 4th drink to review. So I think this is my favorite. It is melon basil. I think I like the color combination, but I also like the flavor. So here goes my last one. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Definitely my favorite. Kind of tastes like, they don't say what kind of melon, which is deceiving because I don't like honeydew. I don't like, well, I pretty much just like watermelon. I'm not a cantaloupe person. Is that considered melon? I think it is. I don't know. I pretty much only like watermelon, and I love basil, but I've never mixed the two together. I know some people make like a caprese salad using those ingredients, but that's not my thing. But this drink is my thing. Yeah, that is good. It reminds me of like when you used to get watermelon, like double bubble, or not double bubble, but like hubba bubba, I don't know. One of those things you would beg your parents for the last second in the grocery store. It tastes like that, and I love it. I love that bubblegum flavor is mixed with alcohol, basically. I'm gonna drink this one the fastest. It's so delicious. You've gotta try these just because I know everyone's wearing the White Claws out. My favorite White Claw, I love the mango one. So, and I still do, but I had to mix it up just a little bit. I was breaking laws with the claws. Not really, but I was drinking earlier and earlier because they just don't taste like anything. So, anyways, give these a try. Wild Basin. I buy them sorry, my camera's starting to get a little tipsy because I've had 4 of these now. Whoa, I cannot stop. I hope you guys are gonna enjoy this dinner. I promise it's good. Don't do what I do. On Thanksgiving, I got a little too deep in the bottle before I had all the dinner finished. that was a questionable dinner. They were the crunchiest mashed potatoes I've ever had. And I mean, I made these green bean bundles that had, you know, brown sugar in them, and they were like eating like molasses cookies. Yeah. So maybe make the enchiladas before you dive in deep in these wild basins, okay? All right, I'm gonna chug mine. Well, I will chug it on camera. I don't care. I'll show off. Hi. Oh my God. Ow. Woo! Oh my God. Who am I? Oh my gosh. Okay, so my enchiladas are almost done. I'm gonna let you know the cook time after I'm done this time, because I don't want to give you a million cook times like I did with the pasta shells. All right. So as you can see, it's looking pretty delicious in there. Got the broiler on. I cooked it for 30 minutes and then I turned the broiler on. So 30 minutes on 350. Then I turn the broiler on. Oh my gosh, it's time to get it out of the oven. All right, so it's out of the oven. It's still bubbling hot. It looks so delicious. All right, so if you guys like this video, please like and subscribe. Please, 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 please.